All right, what's up guys? It's the Pickle Prop and I'm back doing a full review of the Engage Pursuit Alpha. I'm gonna tell you how I used it, what I thought of it, and ultimately if you should consider picking one of these up. Okay, first I wanna tell you how I used the paddle. So I put about 10 hours into this total. The first time I used it, I took it out for a singles DUPR league. And so I went out, the average level was about 3.5 and it was good. I will say as the day went on, I got used to the paddle and I enjoyed it more, but using it stock, the grip definitely got very slick as I got sweatier and sweatier. As you can see, I'm a pretty big guy, so that tends to happen for me. And then I used it a couple of times in rec play, wanted to use it stock, wanted to use it without any weights, without any overgrip. And I think the more that I used it, the more that I liked it, even stock. But I will say I finally used it for a DUPR's double league. And in that league, I ended up putting weight here at the throat as well as at the kind of the 3 and 9 on the paddle. And weight definitely opened the paddle up. An overgrip really helped me be able to get a firm grip on the paddle, not lose any sort of twisting even as I got sweaty. So definitely recommend playing with it, checking it out, and then seeing if weight and an overgrip can even help amplify the experience. All right, let's dive into some highlights. So the first thing is definitely the grit. They advertise that the grit is going to be 3 times longer lasting than a standard raw carbon fiber. And I will have to say that even after about 10 hours of use, the grit is really held up. I don't think it's quite as sticky out of the box as maybe some of the other top grit paddles. However, I really do think that the grit is lasting longer than what a lot of the other paddles I've used have been. Another thing is that it definitely is a great all-court paddle. I don't think that this is the top tier power. I don't even think it's the top tier control, but I do think that it provides both really well, especially as you add weight, as you add an overgrip. I think it becomes a reliable all-court paddle, which is exactly what they're going for. And even in this elongated shape, I really enjoyed this swing weight out of the box. So very maneuverable in the hands, even though it's elongated, and typically that means it's going to be a slower paddle. I thought that this was great out of the box and only gets better with time, only gets better with some of those customizations that I talked about. Now onto the lowlights. The sweet spot was a little bit difficult to find at first. Once I got used to it, I was able to hit it a lot more consistently. Additionally, the twist weight when I'm playing those higher level 4.0 plus bangers wasn't awesome. I definitely felt the paddle twisting a bit in my hands on my blocks and my resets. Like I mentioned before, the stock grip is just okay. It gets a bit slick as you get sweaty. So adding that weight, adding that overgrip really helps with the twist weight, really helps with your grip. And last but not least, the dwell time was just okay. And that's in part because I selected the 14mm option, which offers more pop, whereas the 16mm option would probably offer more of that dwell for added power, added ball shaping ability. But with the 14mm, you get a little bit more pop. You just sacrifice some of that dwell. Here are my final thoughts. This was a really fun paddle. I love that even after hours of use, I was able to continue shaping the ball. With that added grit, you definitely feel it after multiple play sessions. I think that this paddle is good, but not great at anything. But that's kind of what you're looking for when you're looking at an all-court paddle. So I think this is an amazing paddle for anyone that's a beginner up to an advanced player, whether you're looking for a singles paddle or a doubles paddle. It definitely has enough power to be able to put the ball away, but enough of that soft touch to give you some of the forgiveness, to give you a better dink, to give you a better reset. So definitely worth considering. Now, when it comes to price, for $199, there are definitely comparable paddles in the space that you can find for a little bit less. However, I would say to consider this paddle because Engage has a great quality assurance setup and they have a limited lifetime warranty. So I do think it's a fair price all in all. Go ahead and drop your questions below, like the video, subscribe. I have some giveaways coming, so you want to tune in for these upcoming videos. They're going to be amazing. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you out on the courts.